What's good? What's Gucci? Get a couple of my good folks up in here so we can chop it up about some things. Retro Queen, how are you? How are you? How are you this evening? Just got a quick little discussion I want to have. I think we talked about this before. I want to touch on it again. Me and my wife was actually talking about this today after work. So I want to get some insight on, I want to get some insight for some other folks. What's good? What's good? Let's see, gonna get a couple people in here, then we're gonna chop it up. And I just gotta, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully, all y'all read the title, so y'all can know where I'm going. I ain't really put too much in the title, but once I get into what I'm talking about, y'all gonna understand exactly where I'm going with it. So, Retro Queen, look, I understand that. Can't complain because ain't nobody listening. That's my saying. That's how I always say it. Can't complain because ain't nobody really listening. As soon as you tell them what's going on, they like, oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, we're gonna get a few more folks up in here, and we're gonna take it from there. Get a few more folks up in here, and we're gonna try to see how that works. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my wife is calling. Let me take this call real quick, y'all. IBA, what's good? I gotta step away for one hot second. I gotta get my daughter from the door, y'all. Give me a second. My daughter is at the door. Gotta go get my daughter from the door. Give me 1 second, family.
Hello?
Yo.
Hey, what's good?
Hey, my bad. I had to step away for a minute. I had to go get my daughter from the door.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's all good.
What's
What
going
y'all
on?
up to? Man, I'm getting ready to move, bro.
Are you about to move? Where you moving to?
Korea.
Forever?
Oh, no. Just for a year, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot you said you was in the military.
Yeah. Man. What you been up to, man?
Nothing much. Hey, man, look, I saw I saw the live the other night, man. That shit had me dying laughing, bro. That shit was hilarious, man.
You know what? It was funny, man, because like literally I was just sitting in my little man cave, man, with the shoes and everything, and I seen my Kobe jersey sitting there, and I seen my LA hat. And I was like, man, I got some shades on, man. Look, I'm gonna get shoe freak tonight, man.
That shit was so funny, man. That shit was hilarious, bro. That shit had me in tears. And it's crazy because when he's like, I was like, man, make sure you pull up. I got something for you. I'm like, oh, all right, let me. And I was hoping. I'm like, damn, I hope I didn't miss it when I got on. And then I seen that you had kind of turned the camera off, and then when you came back, bro, that shit killed me. I could not believe that shit. That shit was funny too.
I got retro too, man, because he was wearing a black hoodie with a damn with a do-rag on.
The do-rag, yes, sir. I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that too. I said, my man, I said, my man is on one tonight. That shit was hilarious, man.
Yeah, man.
I got a question. Like, I'm sure you. I'm sure you probably read the title. Like I said, I wanted to kind of because me and my wife was kind of talking about this after we left work today. I hear a lot. Like, I hear a lot of like black, and I'm saying that because I'm only around like black people 95% of the time.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of black parents say, when once their kids become a certain age, you can't live here for free anymore. Like if you grown, you need to pay where you live. You need to pay me rent now that you're grown.
Yeah.
Is that only like a black thing?
Honestly, I hear it more with black families than I do with any other group of people. You know what I'm saying? But like I see families that aren't black, like white families, or even actually it depends on your culture too, man. Because Hispanic families, it's their culture to have like 3 or 4 generations living under the same roof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that for sure.
But like paying rent, really, I mean, I think that's a black folk thing, to be honest with you, because even like I know some white folks that like they stay with their parents, but it was almost like an automatic thing. Like once they graduated high school, like it really wasn't no question that they was gonna stay with their parents until they went to college or did this or did that, you know. So
I mean, I'm listening to you.
yeah, but like I'll give you an example. Right now, I mean, I don't have no kids, but my youngest brother is staying with me. He just graduated high school last year. But you best believe, yo, man, I'm charging him rent, but it ain't nothing crazy. But at the same time, I feel like you have to do that because you need to prepare, especially these young cats, man, how it's gonna be out in the real world. In the real world, ain't nobody gonna give you a break. You know what I'm saying?
I totally
agree. I'm not even charging them half of what I pay, but I'm charging them something because like you need to know how it is to have real bills and to deal with real life, you know?
Yeah, I agree. So this is how I view that particular situation. You and your brother. Okay, now he's your little brother. He's not your son. So my nigga, right. you got to give up something. Retro, what's Gucci? You got to give up.
What's goody?
You got to give up. Like that's a given. You got to give up. You got to give up something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're my little brother. You grown now. You know what I'm saying? You're not a baby anymore. How I look at it with like my child, I don't want to because I feel like I've seen situations where parents can get so greedy for money where their kids start working, then they say, well, you working here now, so you can pay this much a month. And it's like, well, let's remember, I grew up here. You was able to maintain these bills all my life. Now all of a sudden, I'm able to work. Now all of a sudden you're struggling. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Like I understand the responsibility point of view where you say you got to so make sure your kids are responsible and shit like that. I feel like there's ways to do it other than making them pay rent, and then because a lot of black parents, like from what I've seen, even in my household, a lot of black parents like, oh, if you don't want to pay rent here, you have to leave, and it's like, damn, why is it like that? I never understood that.
I think it needs to be situational too, because so let's say
Mom, what's up? I'm
if I'm out going to school, if I got a job, you know what I'm saying? If I'm getting myself off my feet, and I'm not just sitting around lounging all day, then you know what I'm saying, it might not be an issue not to pay no rent. But if the kid is just, you know what I'm saying, staying at home, they ain't got no job, they ain't got nothing going for them, and they tapping into the parents' money, you know what I'm saying, because they being lazy. I think it's just situational, you know what I'm saying? Like it just depends. Like
that makes sense.
But then what's the incentive though?
As far as what?
Yeah, I was about to say as far as what? Sneaker Mom, I totally agree. It's definitely old teaching. It's definitely an old teaching of responsibility. I definitely agree with that. Mike G, what's good?
I'm saying what you're saying is
I'm listening, Rachel. Go ahead.
You're saying as far as like if you're not saying your kids gotta work or what's the name in the crib. What's the incentive to work then? What's the incentive to get out there and get money? Like if I know I could chill at my crib with my parents and just live here rent free and do a chore every once in a while. You got some like no bullshit. There's some niggas that's 30 and 40 still living at home with their parents. I ain't no knock to them, but I'm just saying like at some point in time you don't want to get out and get your own.
No. I totally agree with that. And I'm not. So this is my ideal situation for myself, right? For me and my wife and my daughter. Me personally, I don't want my daughter to pay rent to me ever. I can maintain this house today. My daughter doesn't work today, so I don't need her. I don't need your money to help me with my. I don't need your money to help me out with my mortgage and shit like that. However, as she get older, you teach them responsibilities. This is just my opinion. You teach them responsibilities through life itself already. When they're old enough to work, you push them to work, and maybe you kind of give them like a little bill or something, like you give them like a small bill just to kind of show them in the real world there's bills to pay. Not necessarily saying, oh, you got to pay now that you're old enough to work. You got to pay rent. If you don't want to pay rent, you're not living under my roof for free. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
I hear what you're saying, but I'm looking at it like it's 2019. Like first off, I was on my own from young. Like so I like that whole had to get out there and pay a bill and get it. That was early, and that was because it was my choice. Like it was one of those, you ain't gonna live under my roof if you ain't, and then it was like, okay, then I'm out. So, but if I was given the opportunity to just sit back and I guess from the title, you got it. Is it the black, like you saying, black families and white? Not to be racial, but nigga, the white people ain't gonna kick their kids out.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is it just us? Because to me,
but then the white kids ain't. They also can't survive. Like they also can't survive either. Like I'm not trying to give my kid a little bill when the real world ain't a little bill. Like nigga, when you get out there, you gonna have to pay your way.
Fresh kicks, I agree, and I was about to say that I agree with that 100%. He's pretty much saying, as parents, it's our responsibility to teach out, to prepare our kids, to prepare our children to go out into the world without us, right? Yeah. So in order to do that, the moment they start making money, we can't take it from them. So
Yeah, but then how do you teach them not to blow it on stupid shit?
Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
Just
Why
think about
not?
this. Think about this. Think about this. When you want a shoe freak, right?
Yeah.
You not going to put your house up for that shoe.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So if a kid doesn't know, as a kid when they growing up, if they don't know that you had to have priorities first.
No. So this is all a part of teaching as they're growing up. You teaching them as they're growing up.
Yeah, but how do you teach without consequence?
Yeah, like if you teach it to them and then you don't apply what you taught them, then all that's out the window.
I mean, that makes sense.
Because if my parents tell me, yo, you got to give me such and such, and it did when I was living under my parents' roof. Nigga, the second I got a job, it was on some, or the second I was getting my own money, it was on some like, okay, hey, you got to pitch in for this, you got to pitch in for that. When I didn't pitch in for that, I didn't get that. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was one because I had to learn through content. Oh, you didn't want to pitch in for this. You didn't want to pitch in for some of the groceries this time. Oh yeah, nigga, you drinking water. Ain't no juice or soda for you today.
See, but like Sneaker Queen said, you got to teach your kids. You got to teach your kids how to be financially responsible without taking their money. I agree with that. I don't necessarily, and keep in mind, I'm talking about, like when your child gets to that point where he's like, he or she is like, you know what, I don't want to go to college. I just want to work. And like I said, all my life in my household that I grew up in as a kid, I always hear parents say, man, when my child turned 18, he got to go. I don't necessarily agree with that. I have no desire to kick my daughter out when she's 18.
I don't agree with that. I'm with you on that one. I don't have a desire to kick my child out, but I also don't have a desire to build a nest for my child to where they don't want to get out.
And I feel like it's different between having a boy and having a girl, because I feel like as a man, like you're not really a man until you hold down your own, and eventually you're gonna have to hold down your own family. And like if you get married, have kids, you can't expect your wife and your kids to support you. So like if I have a boy, like I feel like that's gonna be automatic. Like you turn 18, if you want to stay here, you automatically gonna have to pay rent, do something or whatever, because he needs to learn how to. Now, granted, hopefully he learned that through growing up and watching me, but he's going, you know what I'm saying? He got to go out there. Now, a girl, I feel like it's a little bit different, but at the same time, it isn't, because like if I have a girl, I don't want her to feel like she got to depend on no man, and that's including dad. You know what I'm saying?
No, totally agree. Totally agree. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not even so much as the fact that as you're paying rent. It's almost like okay, so you're old enough, you don't want to go to college, you don't work. So okay, so this is your portion of, I want to say this is your portion of the cell phone bill that needs to be paid every month. Now, my ideal with that is whatever portion she's giving me, to just put it to the side until she's mature enough to leave. And then I say, here, this is all the money that you've given me for your cell phone for the past 2 or 3 years for when you move into your first place. I just, like I said, growing up, I've seen a lot of that shit. I've seen a lot of parents that say, when my child turned 18, he or she has to go, or you have to work. If you work, and if you don't want to pay me because I can't pay all these bills by myself. Now, keep in mind, when I was in the 2nd grade, you were paying all of these bills by yourself.
Yeah, but 2nd grader don't eat as much as an 18-year-old.
I agree with that.
But wait, Super, let me play devil's advocate here though. All right, that little cell phone, this is the portion of your cell phone bill that you have to pay. Okay. With them working. Now, when they don't pay that portion of the cell phone bill, what is the consequence of that?
So when they don't, so ideally for me, when my daughter does not pay her portion of the cell phone bill, her service is suspended.
Hell yeah.
So what's I guess
no cell phone. That's the consequence.
Now you think about.
Yeah, but then that's the same. But what I'm saying is, then that's the same thing of me saying, "Yo, you got to throw it in on this rent, and if you ain't, you got to go."
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's not as drastic. It's not as drastic as saying,
"Oh, okay,
You can't live here.
Okay, so we're talking about as far as drastic.
Yeah, like you can, not that you can't, because you have to teach them some type of responsibility, and there has to be consequences for all actions. That's a given. However, I'm not gonna say you can't you can't live. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not.
But what's more important? What's more important, a cell phone or a roof over your head?
No. A roof is more important. However, we know how the average 18-year-old is today with a cell phone. So if you got a daughter or son and they wake up tomorrow and they cell phone off, their life is incomplete.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, honestly, man, like I feel like the way you talking about it, you going about it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Having a set of rules and whatever. Even like sitting down and like, yo, like, let's go over a budget or something like that. Maybe after like the first month or so of them working and actually collecting checks, seeing how much they make, seeing how much they can come in, and then showing them really like if they make, let's say they make $2,000 in their first month. You're like, all right, look, well, in the real world, you get your own cell phone, you get your own apartment, you get your own grocery bills. This is how much all this would cost. I'm only charging you this, and this. And granted, like you said, you sit off to the side, but they don't know that. And then you give it to them later. But that gives them a sense of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? It gives them a taste, a small taste of what it's going to be like out there on their own. So that way, that's what happened to me, man. I actually graduated when I was 17 from high school. So like I still had to stay with my parents after I graduated high school. But I realized in that year, I worked that entire year. I saved my money and everything. I was like, damn, I ain't got enough money for a car. I ain't got no credit. I don't have enough money for my own apartment. And I don't want to stay here no more because I didn't want to stay, you know what I'm saying, under my dad's rules and stuff like that. So I was like, hell, I'm joining the military. You know, I mean, that's the same thing he did. So I went out on my own. But I mean, they got to come to that realization on their own that, hey, it costs money to live out here on your own. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And I feel like I said, I feel like you just gotta. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. Growing up, you gotta teach them that. Because me growing up, I had none of that. I had no type of guidance to that, none whatsoever.
So yeah. So Shoe Freak, let me ask you this. All right. So we talking. What we talking? We talking 18, right?
Give or take. Summer jobs are what, 16?
Yeah, summer jobs are 16. But hold on. Let's say this. We talking graduate high school. That's better.
Yeah, okay, we can do that. High school graduate.
Right, graduate high school. Now, with you, I get with you what you're saying as far as, you know, you as far as the taking the kids' money and child's money and things like that. I wanted to ask, how do you feel as far as like rules? Because now that child is 18. So like, okay,
but they're living in his house.
Yeah, they living in your house, but they don't have to pay anything and they grown technically. So,
okay.
So like, where would you stand as far as, and this is me just asking for the sake of conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a good topic. This is not me. This is not us chiming on people's parenthood. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Like, nigga, you Shoe Freak, you know, you my brother, nigga.
Absolutely.
I just want to keep the conversation going in that sense. So where would you say as far as like, yeah, like as far as rules now, like, does that child have a curfew? Can that child bring people over? Do you?
So my thing is this: the rules that I made in here when this house was purchased, the rules that I made in here when my daughter could barely walk up the steps, they don't change. Like when you get older, they might adjust a little, but they don't change. They don't change at all. Yes, yeah. You are 18. I'm aware that you're 18. However, you got a boyfriend. Can he spend the night? Fuck no. No.
And that's what I'm saying. I think, and that's the part that would make any person that wants their independence go
to one bounce.
No. And as she has every right to do that. And however, hopefully everything that I taught her is still with her. I have no desire to have my child laid up with, like, this is my house, my guy. Like, I'm the only dominant figure living in this house or sleeping here. Like if we have a sleepover, like a family gathering, something like that, that's one thing. But nah, we're not doing that.
Hey, let me tell y'all something real quick. I know this is a different. It's a little bit different because it's my brother who's staying with me. But Retro, I was telling Shoe Freak that my brother's staying with me right now temporarily, and my wife's deployed, so them 6 months deployments, and he got a little girlfriend here. It was like, hey, can I bring her by? Can she stay? Hell no, man. Look, if I ain't busting no nuts up in here, nigga, neither is you. Like that's
that's a fact.
Straight up.
That's a fact. I'm with you.
Yeah. So and I like that's what I'm saying. I just feel like it's a disconnection. I feel like it's just a disconnection. Like. And I'm just going off from what I see, in the community where I grew up in and stuff like that. Everybody that could work had to give up money, and if you did not give it up, you had to remove yourself from that location. I don't think that's preparing kids to do nothing out here. All that's because all you're doing now is making the kid upset. Like, man, I got to keep giving my money and keep giving my money. I want to get my own place. That forces them to go out and either get a place that they can't afford or move with a jackass, and they either in a bad relationship because they just want to move out, or they got a roommate and they don't want to be there either. They just know they don't want to be near you because you're always fussing at them, always trying to take their money.
But Shoe Freak, why wouldn't they? But why also? Why can't we look at it like why don't they want to? What's the word? Why don't they want to contribute to where they are living? You've been living there 18 years, nigga.
No, it's not. See, and I don't think it's that they don't want to. I just feel like, well, like I said, I don't know. I think I don't know. Our views maybe just be a little different on that. Because by law
at 18, nigga, that's it.
But see, by law, 18 women are adults, right? By law.
I'm saying as far as me having to provide for you.
Well, not unless they decide to go to college.
Unless they go to yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Like that when you were talking, when you were breaking down like how the black families are, that's how it usually is. Yo, if you ain't going to college, you're gonna get a job.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. So that's what I'm saying. If they go to school, oh yeah, I'll fully support you to the wheels fall off. But if you're not going to school, it sort of leaves you in the position of, well, you're not going to sit around here and play video games and party every week.
I agree. So you definitely kind of put that in perspective. Like, okay, you don't want to go to college. You don't want to go off to college. Cool. I'm not forcing you to go to college, my nigga, but you're gonna work. Definitely, you're gonna work. But you're not working for me because me and your mom don't need your money. Like we've been
exactly.
We don't need your money. So we want you. And like I said, hopefully throughout the years, they see how we operate. They understand how we operate. You communicate with your kids. Like my daughter, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit that my daughter does right now. When we go to the store, my daughter will say, "Daddy, can I get some cookies?" And she said, "Daddy, they only $1." Because my daughter know I'm not about to just be in the store buying shit just cause.
Mm-hmm.
My wife calls me Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. If anybody watch that shit, I'm just like that.
I know.
My daughter's like, "Daddy, can I have this? It's only $1." And I'm like, okay, sure. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is just to teach her that just because you have money, it's not a must that you spend it. So I don't know. I just look at it like that because, like I said, me growing up, I ain't have any of those guys. It was like everybody around me was preaching that same shit, bro. If you don't work, you can't stay here. I mean, if you don't want to pay me for staying, and if you don't want to pay me for a house that you can stay in all your life, now that you can work, you can't be here. And that's, to me, I just don't agree because we're not setting children up to be dope, to be great by taking their money. And on top of that, you like I said, you getting some money from them and you're not stashing it away for them. You're not putting it away. You getting that shit, buying whatever you want to buy. So now when they decide that they want to move out, they got what they have, but you can't really contribute to it. So I don't know. And like I just look at that stuff different.
Okay. So,
hey,
how do you feel if when they do eventually move out, if they hit back pops and moms because they can't pay rent?
Hold on. So Retro Cream, I don't think I don't think nobody. Well, I don't think nobody on this panel would allow the state to say, "Hey, your child is 18. Don't take care of him no more." I don't think that's what it is. However, because by law.
Oh no, that's what. Yeah, that wasn't what I was saying, Retro Queen. I'm sorry. I was just speaking to what they say the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 18 to buy a pack of cigarettes, 21 to drink. Like they by law, technically, that's what they say. At 18, you're good to go.
Straight up. What was your question? What was you about to ask me?
Oh shit! I didn't.
No, I think he was asking when the actual kids, like, let's say they go out on their own and then they want to come back because they spent their money. But hey, I think I gotta. Oh, go ahead, Retro. But I think I got an answer for that.
If they not come back though, if they asking you, yo, mom.
Oh, for money.
Yeah, I need some bread. The such and such bill is this and that. Where do you stand on that now?
So hey, before you answer that, Shoot Freak, like I got a little something that might help in that regard. Like, so while she's staying in the house, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you, like, or anybody, I'm not just talking about you, anybody who has a child, like, because my dad did this with me, he had me write down like a 1-year plan. Like, where do I want to be in a year? If my goal is to get out the house, or my goal is to do this, that, or have so much money saved up, like, where is that at? So, like, after a certain amount of time, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll look at it after a year. Well, did you reach these goals? All right, well, yeah, now you can afford an apartment for this. Now you can do this and do that. And then, like, let's say they do go out on their own, like you were saying, Retro, but then they need money for stuff. I mean, my first question, like, what happened to your money? Because last time we checked, you know what I'm saying, you had this plan. Like, what happened to the plan that you set? But before you tapping into me, I need to know what you did wrong so that way you learn from it. But go ahead, Rich. Go ahead, Shoot Freak.
No, but I totally agree with that. That's how I feel. Before you ask me for money, what happened? What are you doing with your money? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Because now that you moved out, you're saying, okay, I'm grown, I'm independent, I'm gonna do my own thing. Cool. So now that you're no longer under my roof, my question to you is, you calling me and said, Daddy, I got this electric bill and it's $250, this, that, and the third. Okay, so what happened to your money? Because when you left here, you had a nice little nest egg. What happened to your money? Now, if you're being irresponsible with your money, unfortunately, I cannot help
you. So wait. No. Wait. So we letting them fall on their face out there, and then potentially have to come back. Rather than when they're in the house, they could just live here forever.
No, but I'm never saying that they could live. They could, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to stay home forever. But at the same time, now that you've removed yourself, you're comfortable to say, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm a grown woman, and I'm speaking for my daughter. I'm a grown woman. I've been living with mommy and daddy forever. I am ready to go. Okay, so you find your apartment, and me and mommy is gonna furnish the house. Okay, me and mommy's gonna furnish the house. You have $10,000 in your savings account. Say for you got $10,000. After a couple months go by, now you're calling me and mommy because you can't afford to pay your electric bill. What happened? Because now we need to figure out what happened so you don't do it again. And we have an electric bill here, so we're not trying to pay 2 electric bills. So you need to figure out what you did wrong so you don't do it again. Now,
do you feel there's ever a time that you would ask your child for them that they have to go?
Yeah, they breaking the rules.
Yeah.
No. No, I'm not talking about as far as breaking the rules. I'm talking about as far as if they 40.
Yeah, that's a lot. Damn.
Yo, you laugh. Yo, Splash, you laughing, my nigga. That's real life for some people, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but at the same time, that's where that plan. See, that's why you have to start it out with them having an end goal. Their end goal can't be to live with mom and dad until mom and dad pass, and then they gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Like that's where.
Why not if you're not taking my money?
What you mean? Like, so if
you're not taking my money and making me have to what's the name? I can stay here forever.
Oh, so you're basically saying that they bumming off of mom and dad?
No, it's not bumming off of. I've been living here. Remember, I've been living here since birth.
Yeah, but throughout that time, you're also still letting them know, like, okay, this is now that you're an adult living here. Living here is not a permanent goal because you're gonna wanna have kids. You're gonna want to get married. However, at the end of the day, I'm not taking your money because I want you to be stable and I want you to be on your feet when you leave us. So at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I'm just not into that. I'm just not into that taking money, bro. I'm just not.
I feel like what you're saying, Retro, is like after they turn 18, they're no longer your responsibility. Legally, like they are no longer your responsibility, like at all. Like you don't have to do anything for them. So as soon as that 18th birthday comes around, like forget when they was at birth and when they was infants, because you have an obligation as a parent to take care of them. 18, you no longer have an obligation. So really, it's not wrong of the parents to say, hey, it's time for you to get out on your own. I feel like what Shoe Freak is trying to do is actually set them up for success and help them get on their feet. But he's not even technically required to do that, to be real.
And that's my whole view.
No, I fully agree. I fully agree with what you're saying. What I'm saying, no, I'm not saying as soon as they hit 18, cut them off and everything else. No, I'm trying to just get a more of an explanation, I guess, the levels to what you guys are saying, because what I'm saying is I know real life accounts that are on both sides that can say, hey, yo, we were raised like how I was raised, like how Shoe Freak said, like everything around me when I was growing up, it was either go to school, get a job, get a trade, and get the hell out. Like that's what it was. If you're not going to follow these rules, if you're not going to pay this rent, or not even it was really pay rent, but it was like if you're not going to bring in some funds into this house, contribute somehow, you're going to have to do it on your own. Cool.
Yeah.
Then I looked at examples where, and this is real shit, I know dudes that are 40 and 50 right now, single. They might have a girlfriend, but they're single. They don't have no kids, and they live at home with their mother and father because their mother and father felt, yo, we don't have, you shouldn't have to pay a bill and what's them. So what did they, out of the house, they got the whole downstairs apartment furnished. Wasn't it? Niggas is living life.
Well, they fell in as parents. They fell as parents because as soon as, let's say they both.
Make sure you post them up on the ground one time, Demetrius. My bad, fellas. Go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Like once I say personally that they fell in as parents because God forbid if something happened to them and they die and they both gone, how the hell he gonna know how to pay a bill? Well, where's he gonna stay at? He gonna lose that girlfriend. He gonna lose whatever. He gonna have to sell everything he got because he has no means to take care of himself, and he doesn't even know. Probably don't even know how to wash clothes because his mama washing his clothes at 40 years old. That's ridiculous.
But if you place that, but if you gave them that opportunity, that's all I'm saying. If you're giving that opportunity to the person, for a person that doesn't want to take the leap of faith in a sense, you can't fault the parents. Like if that's the decision that we're talking about is creating. We're saying, hey, don't take their money when they first start making money. Then that turns from don't take their money when they first start making money to, okay, now you're 25 and I still haven't issued any type of cutoff point. Like there's no cutoff here that says, yo, by 30, you should want to get on your own.
So that's the thing. There should always be a cutoff point. Always.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna
but then now we're talking different, y'all. We're talking the whole
So we're never saying, I was never saying that my daughter should live here for the rest of her natural life. I'm never saying that. I'm mainly talking about when she gets out, when she gets old enough to make her own money. I'm not saying, okay, when you turn 18, you either go, when you turn 18, you got to go. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
I agree.
When she's able to work and make her own money, of course, I'm gonna, now that you're able to afford a small bill like a cell phone bill, I need you to pay your portion of this bill every month. However, if you don't, your portion, your cell phone will be on vacation mode until you decide to pay it. Now you still got to work, and I'm still going to enforce the rules that you need to save money. Living with me and your mom is not a lifetime situation. You're grown now in a lifetime situation. I'm not going to put you out. However, I want you to be a woman who can provide for herself, who does not have to depend on a man to provide for you. Because when you do that, you are fucked. That's my opinion. I feel like that for anybody. Anybody who has to solely depend on somebody else to provide for them are fucked. That's my opinion.
But do you see that? You see the wording. You see the wording of how you said that though. Just at the end of that, when you said, "I'm not going to put you out," though.
No. I would never come home and say. Now, my daughter doesn't know this, but I would never come home and say, "Man, you've been here all this time. You gotta go." Nah, because I've been that guy. I've been in a situation where I live with a relative, and they say, if you don't want to pay, even though you're sleeping on my couch, if you don't want to pay my mortgage, you have to go. Like I've been there. I don't.
Because that doesn't matter.
My child feel like that.
Yeah, because that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the shit still got to get paid. I'm with you there. What I'm saying is, I know real life accounts of people right now that are living at home with their parents, and you know the only reason why they won't not live with their parents is because they know they don't have to pay rent. That's crazy to me. That's bugged out to me. Like I'm like, yo, y'all are wilding. Like you won't leave home because you don't want to even attempt.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. That's the difference. Like you got some people who are like that, who like, oh, I don't want to. I'm never leaving because I don't have to pay for anything. No, see now you can get some people can get it to that point where they're just lazy, like they don't want to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, as you teaching your kids as they grow, teaching your kids as they grow that this is responsibility. Like case in point, I tell my daughter, when you have guests to come over, like your little my homies bring their kids over or my cousins, before they leave, they need to help you clean this room. However, if they don't, you're gonna clean it by yourself.
Exactly.
The first couple of times,
you're gonna get it.
The first couple of times she would let them leave and my wife would go help her out. One time that she let them leave, my wife went upstairs. I said, no, ma'am, you're not going up there. You can sit down and relax. I said, Nevaeh, let's get it. She's upset. I don't care about that. I told you, when you have guests, before they leave, they help you clean up or you're going to do it alone. Now, it's to a science. When one parent's call their daughter, Nevaeh shuts the door and she said, we need to clean my room. Nobody's leaving out until my room is clean. Mm-hmm. So now she get it now.
I'm with you. And chat, don't get it. Chat, don't get it twisted. I'm just playing devil's advocate, guys. I'm not. I'm not that guy. I got 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys. Trust me, I'm on the same wavelength as Shoe Freak right now. I agree 100%. My kids ain't never gonna have to go nowhere. They're gonna have to work, but I'm gonna put
Sneaker Mom 1982. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Because you're responding to another comment. Retro Queen. If your brother is 36 years old, living at home with his mom, and his mom and y'all mom is cutting the grass, he shouldn't be there. That's just he should not be there. I'm sorry.
Like, what it is, like the children should never, like, especially after they're 18, they should not be a burden on the parents anymore. Like they should not be affecting how the parents have to operate their daily lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as that don't happen, I don't think it's an issue. But as soon as that start happening, like, look, you messing in to my vacation time because I got to pay for this and pay for that because you acting a fool doing this and doing that, like, or they become a headache, then I would say it's time for you to go because, like, you are causing more stress on me and your mom's life than what you hear. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're causing more stress on our life now than when you were young, when we had to solely take care of you. Now we don't have to. We doing what we're doing now because we want to prepare you for the world. We want to put you on your feet. We want you to go out. Like, we don't want you to go out into the world butt naked, so to speak. Like, you don't have no money. You don't really know much. You just blind and super green. We don't want that. However, no, hell no. It's no. Like it'll probably be different if I had a son. If I had a son, it'll probably be a little different. I would probably be I'm sure I would be more harder on my son. However, my nigga, what? The moment my son, now I think my son at the age of 10 is going to be cutting grass. I don't give a damn. I don't care how big the yard is, my nigga. Cut the grass.
Yeah, man, you're back younger than mine.
Straight up. I don't care, my nigga. You're back. No. I don't care. I don't care that there's a blizzard. When it stops, shovel shovel that snow, bruh.
Yep.
We're not doing this. We're not doing none of that. Like, no. So I don't know, man. I never understood that. And I look at, like I said, I look around and I look at how I grew up. I look at how some of my other friends grew up, and it's really different. I've been around so many people as a teenager, and to hear people say, if you don't want to pay this, you can leave. And I promise you, I'm not taking any shots at anybody. But a lot of what I'm saying, I'm hearing from people who are on Section 8. So if your rent is not even that much money, why are you rushing me? Why are you rushing me to pay you $350, $400 when your rent is probably like $100? I don't understand it. I don't get that.
Circle of life.
Some parents, they feel like once after they hit 18 and they spent 18 years of taking care of you, well, now it's time for you to take care of me type deal. So,
and that's crazy because, first of all, I didn't ask you to be here. I didn't ask you to bring me here. You and my dad was on some sneaky creep shit, and that's what happened. So now y'all got to deal with it. Don't blame me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, I guess I would never. I don't know. I guess I would never understand it. It's just something that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, me and my wife was talking about it on the way coming home today, and I said, you know what, this would be a good topic because I want to hear different people's point of view. Like I got my daughter a couple of different accounts set up. I have my daughter as a second user, as a third user, actually, no, as a second user. I'm sorry, on my credit card. I know my daughter is not going to use the credit card. However, it will benefit her when she gets older, and as long as I'm paying the credit card payments on time, it'll benefit her. So I'm trying to do stuff that I know that was not done for me.
Exactly.
So I want her when she gets out, when she get out here in this world, of course, seeing how I treat her mother, hopefully some of that rubs off. Also, to teach her, you don't need a man to provide for you. Like if you come to a situation and you don't have, you come to a situation and you're in need, I need you to be able to go to your savings account and provide for yourself, not to chase down a man to try to get it from him. But like I said, that is always my point of view for having a daughter.
Facts. I agree.
And I agree. I mean, kids go back home all the time.
When you have that choice.
Yeah. Super duper. What's good? Matter of fact, what's up with your super duper iPod? I need and that's another thing. Like a lot of people, bruh, I'm telling you, growing up in the hood, no, my nigga, my parents had fucking Bell Atlantic phone bills in my name, cable, all kind of nonsense like that. Because at that time, they just had to get it how they live. I guess I don't know. I can't even speak for them. I don't really know.
Oh, that's one thing. I'm sorry. Even when I have kids, man, I'm not co-signing on Nathan.
Oh no, that's a fact. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing any of the co-signing. So, like I said, it's just like I said. My main goal is to put my little person in her best position when she decides to walk away from living with me and mom. And of course, regardless of how the situation get out there in the world, as long as we're still living, you can always come back. You're gonna always have your room to come home to in this house, always. But like I said, everybody may not agree with my way of thinking, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna agree with everything, but I just feel like taking care of your kids, and then they turn 18, and you like, all right, have a good one. Nah, that's not how it's done.
Because, like, real talk, man, the end goal should be that your kids, like, get a better life than what you had. You know what I'm saying? Like, are able to do more than what you could do.
Totally
so
agree.
If that's the goal, then you trying to set them up for success and trying to teach them lessons that you may not have known when you first got out. You might have had to learn the hard way. And you trying to just teach them so that way they ain't got to learn the hard way. So
I agree.
That's what it's about.
Totally agree. I totally agree with that. Not bad. So I don't know, man. Like I said, and like I always say, everybody's not gonna agree with everything, bro. Everybody's not gonna agree with everything. That's just how life is.
I'm sorry, but if you don't agree with this, I don't know. Y'all tripping. Like, in my opinion, that's just flat to
can't say that. You can't.
No, if you don't agree that you should be setting your children up for success,
you don't agree
maybe until they're 40 years old, that's ridiculous.
But some people feel like they can. There's different ways of setting your kid up for success. Come on now.
No. He's not saying agree with the reasons. He's saying if you don't agree with setting them up in general.
Yeah, just overall, like trying to help them to make a better life for themselves, like whatever path that may be.
I think there's other ways. Other people would come up with other ways to do that. It doesn't necessarily have to be not charging your kids rent.
No. That's what I'm saying. We're on the same page. Retro.
Yeah, totally agree. You don't because necessarily setting them up for success has nothing to do with. Honestly, it don't have nothing to do with getting money from them. The whole end goal is to set them up for success. However you set them up for success, you just want to set them up.
You want to set them up, yeah.
Yeah, you just want to set them. You just want to get them. You just want to put them in their best position. You want them to be good. You know what I'm saying? You want to look back and really feel like, wow, I really did I did a good job. You know what I'm saying? I focused. I did some things different, and we're here. Like right now, my daughter has like a little purse that she's always carrying around, and she's getting better. But a lot of times when they go to the store, she wants to spend her money, and I always tell her it's okay. You don't have to rush to spend your money because she has money. So now she feel like, oh, I got $6, so I gotta buy something. I'm like, it's not a must that you spend your money every time you go to the store.
And I'll give you another example, Retro, just another way. And this is what I'm doing for my brother right now because he knows that I'm leaving. But I told him before he moved in with me because he graduated high school, he moved in with my sister, and now he's moving in with me. So literally his whole, like, I guess grown, but he ain't really grown in my opinion, life, he's been living with somebody else, that's fine. But I eventually have to go. So I told him one of the rules for you staying here with me, I'm not going to make you join the military, but you see what the military is doing for me. You're going to have to go to the recruiter and fill out the paperwork. Now it's up to you if you want to sign up, but you're going to I'm going to get you to do everything up to that point. So that way, when I leave, if things aren't going how you want them to go or how you expected them to go, you have a backup plan. So like there's thousands of ways that you can set someone up for success. Or not just one, but that's just one little thing that I told my brother with him doing. And right now, that's where he's leaning on doing because he really didn't come here with no plan. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to leave him flat on his face.
How old is he?
He's 18.
Okay, yeah, I think you did say that. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's good to it's good, and that's the thing. It's good to have a big brother like you. Because the average, because I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be totally honest. Me in that situation. My 18-year-old brother like, hey, can my girlfriend come over? Of course.
Tell him.
But it's good that you feel like, nah, fuck, I ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting. Well, if I get nothing to this roof, neither are you. So
yeah, I think Mike G said, "Big brother out here cock blocking." You damn right. You damn right.
I get that, and like I said, it's good that he has an older brother like you to say, look, bro, we're not. First of all, you're not here to lay up, okay? Understand that. Understand you're not here to lay up. You're here because obviously, I'm assuming you needed a place to stay at the time, and now that you needed a place to stay, you need to get on your feet. You need to figure out what at 18. You need to figure out what you want to do at 18. You know what I'm saying? You got to always think about the next 5 years, if possible 10. But you got to want to put yourself in position. Sitting around, nah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do none of that.
And to give y'all like just another perspective, so I'm the oldest of 5, so I got four younger siblings, and one of them, my middle brother Isaiah, he he took some years, man, to get on his feet and to get his stuff together. Like he didn't borrow money from my grandparents, from my parents, from my sister, stayed with them. My sister, she's also in the military, and he didn't broke their rule. He didn't brought weed into their house, all types of stuff. Like, so she had to kick him out because, you know, that can impact their career. Different knucklehead stuff. But right now, at this point, after being out of the house for so many years and having to rough it, he's had to sleep in his car before, had to do different things. I'm like, he's getting his life together now. But I feel like, because he's asked me for money before, and I've seen all these different situations where he's done that. And I feel like, look, if I give you this money, I'm just enabling you to keep continuing doing the what you're doing, like how you acting. And I'm basically saying, all right, I can bail you out. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it, man, because I seen how this story ends and seen how you did it over and over and over again to family. So I'm not going to lend you no money. And maybe y'all disagree with me, but that's just how I am. Like, that's not going to happen. I understand we family, but I'm not going to enable somebody to continue acting a certain way. And now at this point right now, he's actually doing a lot better for himself. I think what happened was he hit rock bottom, and some people got to do that. Some people got to touch the stove to know it's hot. He did that, and now he's doing better for himself. So I feel like in a way that by me not giving him something, he actually did better for himself. And there's no issue between me and him. He fully understands. And even if there was, it's like I'm
good. You got
what I'm doing.
Two times.
Go ahead.
No, that was it.
No, that makes sense. Sometimes you gotta play. Sometimes you gotta be tough. Like you got. Yeah. I've had an issue with my younger brother. Right. I've had similar to that. Like he's never lived with me, but we had a similar situation where is though, you know, he would ask for money here and there, and at times if I could, I would give it to him. But you know, it got to the point where I had to just be like, where I had to show like some of the roughest tough love to him ever. And I promise you, this is probably about 5 years ago. I look at him today, and I am like, wow, because today he is a husband, he is a father, he is a provider. Like, I love it because it got to the point when everybody starts saying no. Like, come on, like you're grown, you're a grown man. You got to get it together. When everybody starts saying no, he got to the point where he hit rock bottom, and he kind of didn't know what he wanted to do because he was so talented in basketball. He was so talented, man. If you see, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen him on my page before. He kind of looks like LeBron James, which is so crazy. He kind of looks like LeBron James, but he got to a point where he was at rock bottom, and I would always talk to him like, bro, you got so much potential, bro. Like, just focus on this and focus on that. And he got him a great woman. She helped him out a lot. And now to see him be a provider for his family, a husband, a father, like just doing what he's supposed to do is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
That you brought up a good point on that too. Like, I feel like these days we got to stop pumping kids' heads up to where like, oh, you gonna make it into the NBA and you gonna do this and you gonna do that. Like, I mean, it's cool and that could be your dream and support their dream, but also you got to let them have a backup plan as well, because there's less than 1% of people in the world that's in the NBA. Like that's tough. It's a grind and it's not impossible, but you have to have a backup plan, because what if this don't pan out? You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact. That is 100%. That's 100% fact. Retro, you still there, Retro?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. No, I agree with that 100%. And that's what I always told him, because you know, like my dad is like 6'9", so like my dad played college ball. My dad was like a left-hand whiz, and he still is. He's older, but he still can kind of get busy a little bit if he had to. So all of us like really was into playing ball. However, my brother, who I'm talking about, he was like the one. Like I'm talking about like he could jump out of the fucking gym. Like, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable how he could play.
He had a natural gift.
However, like you said, it just didn't pan out for him. Cool. And I think for a while he took that kind of hard. So, and I want to say that's partly the reason why he was kind of like, whatever, because that's all he wanted to do. When he realized it wasn't for him and he was out here like with nothing, he like, okay, let me get my shit together. So, and like I said, he's came a long way, and I love it. I love the fact that he put himself in that position. Now, I don't know if it was because I was being a jackass, because you know, at some point, it's like, okay, man, look, what are we doing here? Like, come on, you're grown. You're not a baby. You're a grown man, and you're not even my child.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, but that's what real family and friends are for, to tell it how it is, man. You can't sugarcoat it. Not with family.
Straight up. No, you cannot. Because like I said, what do you get from that? Sugarcoating shit. If you ask your child to spell cat, and they is fucking this word up. Like, I'm talking about they destroying this word, and you're constantly saying, good job. No, you're not setting them up for success, lying to them on a consistent basis. That's not gonna work.
You know what's funny, man? Did you ever either one of y'all like ever coach like kids sports?
I haven't.
All right, so nowadays, like with kids sports, man, like well, it might not be like this everywhere, but the league that I was in, they did not keep score. We was doing basketball, and they did not keep score. But like the kids know when they win and when they lose, and like, you know, at the end of the season, everybody gets a trophy. Huh?
Participation awards.
Yeah, man, F that participation award. Exactly. I was telling the kids, I was like, yo, we smoked them cats tonight. Like, we killed them. You was dropping threes over here. They know when they win and when they lose. And like, it's important to let them know not to dog out the other team, but at the same time, like, you earned this, or hey, you ain't played good tonight. Like,
yeah,
you didn't do it. Like, and I'm not like trying to make the kids cry or nothing like that. But like, you got to be real with them, because that's when it starts, when they small like that. I think this was like 5 and 6 years old. But you got to be honest with them.
At the Y, when I used to coach at the Y, they used to do that, and I used to be like, "Yo, you guys beat them today. Don't let them make it seem like they were close. Like, no, y'all accomplished this today." Like,
yeah, if it was up to me, I snatch a little participation trophy out their hand and give it to y'all.
Yeah. They're giving everybody awards. I'm like, wait a minute now. We were the only ones scoring. Like,
yeah, that's a different part of the game. Like, I didn't come up like that. It's like, if you lost, my nigga, you lost. You get nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm not about to. I ain't about to act like you. I'm not about to act like you won, because you did not. You lost. So the losers get nothing in this situation. Sorry.
Yeah, kids need to learn how to lose, man. I mean, not everything in life gonna go your way.
This generation, man. It's so emotional. This generation is so emotional, and you know, bullies, and
even with
sensitive.
Even with the parents, the parents feel like, you know, my kid, you know, my kid should still get a trophy. Or my kid, like, look, man, your kid was on a losing team. He gets nothing. Okay, he don't get anything. He lost tonight. Tonight was not a good night for him. But like, I like it. A lot of kids need to learn how to lose. But that comes from, you know, when they're home, their parents are not always being honest. I'm gonna say that their parents are not always being honest with them to say, you know what, you need to do better. You need to do better. It's just like sugarcoating everything that's not gonna help.
Nah. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all feel like bullying is worse these days or when we was in school?
I think it's
when
worse
we was
these
in
days.
school.
I think it's worse than that.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Shoe Freak, man. Retro, I think it's these days, man. But I'm gonna let you say why you think it was when we was in school.
When we was in school, they was getting hands put on them. Nowadays, all they doing is press and send.
Nah, so now they press and send, but at the same time they get it. See, then if you get bullied in school back in the early 90s, if you didn't be there, if you're not there, you're never gonna know about it. I mean, people could tell you, but whatever. Now you got 5 people bullying you, and 3 of them has got a phone in their hand to record you getting bullied. So it's going to go over the whole world's going to see it.
But see, Shoe Freak, you know what the fix is? You know what the fix to that is?
What's that?
I'm slapping all y'all.
I mean, you, but everybody, a lot of kids.
And that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, kids don't even know how to fight. They just post. There's a difference. Like, you got to go outside. Like, think about the last time you was driving around the neighborhood and you saw kids outside playing.
No, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the generation has lost it. What's it like? I remember when it used to be, yo, take your ass outside and don't come back here until the street light come on. Yeah.
But I mean, but it's a lot of shit going on in the world too, so you can't even be you can't be free like that like you used to.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit going on everywhere. Like, I ain't about to be in no bubble. I'm not about to keep my kids in no bubble because of what the world is. What, nigga, you could die in the bathroom.
Straight up.
I feel like social media has made it worse though, man, because like with social media, like things last a little bit longer. Like you got kids or you got people like, even let's say for YouTube, you got cats commenting in your chat on your comments on Instagram, knowing good and well these same people will not say anything negative to you to your face.
Yeah, so like I feel like that's only if you give that some value in your life though.
But kids do. That's what I'm saying. Kids do give that value in their life because just like we said before, they always on their phone.
Yeah, but that comes from you as a parent, though. You got to let your kid know, like, that don't mean nothing. Especially if you ain't going to see that person. See, I'm different. If somebody, let me be a kid nowadays, and somebody make a post or somebody whatever and bullying whatever through the internet, you got to see me tomorrow.
Like, yeah, because you still got that old school mentality. Like you gonna handle that once you see them. A lot of these kids don't have that, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Why do I have that? Not only do I have that old school mentality, there's a bunch of people in my age bracket that would agree 100%. So that means through the generation, we've lost that conversation with your child.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I tell my sons all the time, like, yo, bro. Word here. Oh, he was calling me a name. So? Tell him all the time. So, did he touch you? No. Then what you worried about it for? It ain't got nothing to do with you. Let that man rock. The second he touch you, though, it's a different story. That's all I'm saying. So, social media has made it to the point to where, matter of fact, the way social media is being promoted and pushed to this generation from I would say since Y2K, in a sense, as if social media is the street, is the world. It's not. I turn this shit off and I go about my business. So it has to be, I think it has to be instilled in your child the same way. Hey, yeah, that Instagram is cool. That TikTok, that Snap, all that shit is great. But you know Tommy over there? Tommy's depressed. Depressed. He ain't got no friends and no life. That's why he's on this social media talking shit.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I totally agree.
I agree with you. I agree with y'all what you're saying, but I just think back then bullying was real. I think they gave bullying a whole new definition, cyber bullying and all that shit. My nigga, you know what? Nigga, you getting cyber bullied, turn it off. You can't get bullied if you don't see
it. No, I agree. But now we're in an age where we're addicted. Social media is like a drug almost.
Yes,
it's like a legal drug for all ages. That's what it is. It's a legal drug for anybody, for people of all ages. So now it's easy to say just turn it off, but as a child, this is what you want to do. You want to be on Facebook. You want to be on Instagram. You want to be on Snapchat and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just think, and like you said, back then it was definitely raw. It was a little bit. It was very raw back then. And if you got your ass beat back then, if you wasn't there, you missed it. Now you don't have to be there. You don't have to be there because it's gonna be all over the web. Everybody's gonna be recording. Before anybody even wants to help, they're gonna pull a phone out.
Even as an adult,
what I'm saying is that really bullying because it really happened. Like whether like if I get punched in my face, whether somebody taped it or not, I got punched in my face. So
no,
But it's different when everybody is showing it to everybody else, and then everybody in the whole school, you know what I'm saying, is
it don't
showcasing
matter. I know that I got punched in my face though.
I'm telling you, man, it's different. It's different when if your whole world is social media and being on your phone, and that's what all the kids do. It's different when it's about you.
Okay, yeah. If your whole world, no, Splash. Don't get it twisted, Splash. I fully understand everything you're saying. You know, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I get what these kids are doing now. I'm just saying, regardless, to me, it's like if you get a promotion at work just because Instagram didn't see it, did you not get promoted?
No, that's fact.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Like that's how I look at shit, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said it's the conversation between the parent or the guardian or whoever is with that child. That's the conversation that you're missing. That's what you need to instill in the child because, just because the social world, because you're right, it is like these kids. My daughter 14. They get like that Instagram and Facebook and selfies and duck lips and all that dumb shit. All that shit is real deal. Like, that shit is real. Like, that shit is real.
That nigga said duck lips.
Yo. Not even to get off subject. I was like, what are these pictures y'all keep taking? And it's like, oh, that's the duck lips. I'm going, y'all kids is on some other shit. Like, I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. But I let her know, hey, regardless of what they say on there, that mommy and daddy love you. You got family and friends that love you out here in this real world. Half of these niggas on that social media, you ain't never gonna meet, ever gonna see, and they're only there for your ups. When you down or you catch an L, they gonna be there to dish you the same way they gonna be there to tell you the best.
I agree.
So you gotta realize you know what I'm saying? You gotta realize what's real and what's fucking inception in a sense. What's fake.
Straight up. Reading the chat, I agree. Nobody wants to be publicly embarrassed. That definitely adds an extra element. That's a given. Nobody. Like if you get your ass whooped one-on-one, that's one thing. Like I lost. I lost this fight. I got my ass kicked. However, when it's a viral video, my nigga, even though, because Retro, I understand what you're saying. Even though you're saying I got my ass whooped, nobody was. If nobody see it, I still got my ass whooped. However, my nigga, if that shit goes viral, it's over. You feel you don't even want to show your face. You don't want to show your face because you got ass whooped. You got your ass whooped now. 50 million people saying you get your ass whipped.
But see, in my mind, I don't know those 50.
No, you don't. However, the fact that see, the thing is, we're all on social. We're all on a social media platform. So if 50, 60 million people seeing Retro Young get his ass kicked, you gotta know somebody's gonna type in Retro Young. Somebody's gonna type that in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, somewhere to find out who the fuck that is. And when they find you, the trolling is gonna be at an all-time high. You're different because you like, fuck it, I could turn it off. The average 17-year-old, he's not thinking like that.
No, but you know what? I think Retro spoke to what the issue is. And the real issue is the parents being involved in social media, knowing how social media works, and then educating their kids on social media. I think what the problem is, like when Instagram first started and kids first started using it, their parents really didn't know nothing about it. So that's why, like, you got these kids commit suicide and whatnot because their parents don't understand what that child is going to go through being on social media before they allow them to get a social media account. So yeah, I think that's crucial, man. Having like Retro was saying, having the child sit down with the parents so that way they can explain, like, this is not real life.
Just knowing what's real and what's not. Like, I'm not saying those people on social media aren't real, but to all of us, we all got families, we all got loved ones. It's just letting them know, there's real people. I don't care if you got beat up, baby. I love you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to worry about it being over here. So if you need to step away from that, or if you need to carry yourself a certain way, or whatever you need to do, I just feel like that. I feel like that conversation has gotten like blurred. Those lines have got blurred as far as social media in the real world. Like these kids and these phones and these apps and shit like that. That whole world star shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit took a whole life of its own. Like people were just going around punching niggas in the face.
Yeah, that shit was definitely happening. It was happening heavily here in DC. People
that joke was funny. I'm sorry, that joke was funny though.
Just punching them in the face. I said, man, I hope and pray that I'm never on. I hope and pray I'm never on the other end of one of those punches, because if I don't go out, somebody mom is going to be very, very upset. They're going to be, because all that it was a joke. All that I don't, because at that point I don't see nothing but red. And that's it. Because I don't know you. Oh, yeah. I'm on my way to work or coming home. Wherever I'm going, I'm minding my business, and you just want to come up and hit me? No, you're gonna regret every day that you're in the coma that you did that.
That's the shit that that's what I said, man. These kids, man, they be wilding, yo. They be wilding.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, everybody doesn't have the background. Everybody doesn't have. That's just like if you notice, like something that I noticed with my child. Everybody around her is happy. Everybody, so everything that she sees, everybody's happy. Everybody is loving. You know what I'm saying? But then you take her out to like a playground and kids are cursing and talking. I'm talking about 10, 7, 6, 12 years. I mean, like babies are on the playground or out talking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter is looking like, what is this?
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's not used to that. Like she's not used to so much of that like negativity. And then she get out and see other kids who are talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So they just, I don't know, man. They see love, and that's what they think. That's how they think everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
Until it's not. And then it becomes a major problem. Kicking it with Beezy, what's good? So I don't know, man.
What's goody?
I don't know. The bullying. Well, obviously, I would say the bullying back in the day when I was younger. It was definitely for me. I think it was rough.
Yeah, you know,
I think it was rough because back then.
To answer your question, Spence, I'll just say back then it was more hands-on. That's the easiest way to answer that. It was more hands-on back in the day, and nowadays, both of you guys definitely made valid points. Like it's broader. It's more of a viral situation now. You have more of the masses that are going to see the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's more public embarrassment now than it was back then. Back then,
exactly,
it could have just been one-on-one. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I feel like. I don't now, and I'm not going to go on record and say this is 100% facts because I don't know. But when I was in school, when I was young, and I was coming up in school, I don't know if many kids were committing suicide when I was in school because of bullying.
Yeah,
same here. I didn't really hear about it that much.
And like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I just don't know. However, the cyberbullying is so because we all say, yeah, you can just shut it down. It's easy because we're grown. We're speaking from a maturity level. Because we don't, with or without YouTube, with or without Instagram, Facebook, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, we still got to go to work. We still got to do what we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who is 10, they don't know that when they got 50,000 people coming to their page saying you're ugly or you're fat or you're stupid, they don't know what to do.
No, they don't know how to process those emotions. They don't know how to handle it.
Exactly.
They're not even equipped to handle it, to be real.
They're not. They're not. That's why my daughter wants to have a YouTube page, and I feel like she should. You watch all these other kids helping them. God damn it, get your own to make some money. But that's another thing I definitely got to school her on that because that comment section is rough.
Man, I know this female, and she just started like getting her Instagram popping off, you know, posting all the little what's that brand called the females be rocking? Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
You know, and getting her followers up and everything. And she was telling, because she watches my YouTube, I work with her. And she was like, man, like, I'm happy to see what you're doing and everything. I want to start mine because she want to do like a gamer channel. I was like, go ahead and start it. She was like, yeah, but I don't know about like everybody's gonna hate on me and this. I was like, yo, you need to ignore that. Like, for one, you're a female and a female gamer at that. Your channel's good, and she's not ugly. So I'm like, yo, if you look good and you playing video games and you on there, people are gonna follow you, and you're entertaining. People are gonna follow you. Like, but you got to ignore that because the hate is just gonna come. That's just a part of it. But and she's a grown woman worrying about like negative comments that she might get if she started a YouTube channel. I'm like, look, you shouldn't even be thinking about that. They still watching. That's all that matters. Are they watching? Okay, then.
They're still watching.
Or not.
And that's how I say it. And like I said, we're all speaking from a mature state of mind. Sneaker Mom, she said, now the suicide issue is a double-edged sword. It's, you know, kids, we tell our kids to toughen up, but at the same time, they feel like they don't have nobody. When we tell them to toughen up, they feel like they don't have nobody to talk to. And I don't know. You're right. It is a double-edged sword because you want your child to toughen up, and at the same time, you want them to come talk to you about anything. But then you say, but then you also tell them, you know, it's gonna be okay. Like pretty much like Splash was saying, you gotta teach them this social media game early. Like if you're gonna allow them to be on the social media game, you gotta teach them how the game is early. Like at the end of the day, people gonna say some shit on here that you are never gonna agree with. However, go right past it. People are gonna say something. People are gonna say things that are very disrespectful. Very. At the end of the day, keep it moving.
Oh.
You gotta school them early on. If not, it's definitely gonna be a problem. It is definitely gonna be a problem. I don't necessarily, like I said, my daughter doesn't have any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she wants to do YouTube, and for her, I believe YouTube may be pretty fun. I feel like YouTube will be fun for her because 90% of the time, all the videos that she do on YouTube, me or her mother's going to be in them. More than likely, it's going to be me because I'm kind of comfortable with how everything works. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we can get that started. Hopefully, I can get it started for her this summer, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you gotta let them know how we gotta let them know how ruthless that comment section can be because the internet has no chill, and that is so true in every sense of the word.
That's facts.
No type of chill. It don't matter who you are. Like you said, 1 minute you up, and everybody loving you, but when you take that L, it's like, what did the love go? Fuck, like damn, everybody, because now I feel like the whole world turned their back on you. You had people showing you love when you was up, but when you took that L, the whole world is like, you know what I'm saying? We're not rocking with them no more.
And that's the part that I'm saying when you need to, with as not even as parents, but you just need your child to understand, hey, go outside and see if the world is against you. You know what I mean? Like that social world, that world that's in your hand might be against you, but go outside, go to your cousins, go to your friends that are your friends. I'm talking about the ones that are like, yo, my nigga, I'm with you. Like, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know you took L because I live in reality. So if my son trip, if my kids fall or trip or what's the name, I might chuckle. I'm gonna ask them if they all right, but I'm still laughing in the same thing because the shit was funny.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that type of feel. Like, so it's like, don't worry about that. The world that's in your hand ain't that. Man, that shit is irrelevant. You can block that shit. You can't block them niggas outside. You can't block real life people. Like, if they're gonna pull up on you, they're gonna pull up on you.
I agree.
On social media, you don't want to see them. See you later. You're gone. Deleted. See, I don't have to ever see you again.
Yeah, it's real simple. It's real simple. And like I said, once they, because it's clear social media is going to definitely be around. Like, that's very clear. So at the end of the day, once they understand that, then everything is good. It's just the process that we got to go through for them to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, kids gonna look at us like, Daddy, you don't know, you old. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Daddy, you don't understand. Like, no, I definitely do. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand, but it's just the fact of getting them there
Hell, they gonna understand when I got more followers on Instagram than them.
Exactly.
I'll be like, yo, your pop's more popping than you. What you got to say now?
I know, right? I would say, I don't know. So I don't know. I would say
it depends on the social media. It depends on what social media we talking about. Sneaker Mom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It really depends because I don't.
Because my kids are on YouTube. I think all children are on YouTube, but they have you know, like every parent, I got the parental, you know, guidelines and things like that. So they can't see, like, I make sure my kids can't see you know, shit they ain't supposed to be watching on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as language and shit like that. But
yeah. I don't compromises. My daughter having a Facebook page, I don't know. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I don't know. Like I said, right now, what'd you say? Her mother said she's not having one. Good job.
That's a fact. I'm with her.
Yeah, because I don't think I would ever be ready for that. Granted, when she gets older, she can do what she wants when she's grown. But as far as that aspect goes, but I don't necessarily want. I don't know. Like right now, she has a cell phone, but she has YouTube Kids on her cell phone. And
exactly. Yeah.
Even if she thinks she's about to, if she thinks she's about to go another direction to go to the regular YouTube, the emails is getting sent like, "Do you approve of Nevaeh being on it?" No, I do not. So yeah, so it's, you know, it's always.
And my daughter, like my oldest is 14, so like at this point, we've already had that conversation. We've already what's the name? So I'm okay. And it's also, you know, like Shufri said, it's also you knowing your child. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know your child, like for the most part, I'm saying, because obviously we was all kids before. We all tried to be sneaky and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, she's good on Instagram and the biggest thing right now that I'm finding out is that whole but I was telling y'all about that TikTok shit. Everybody's doing this TikTok thing. So like that's really the big thing for high school. I don't even think they don't even be on Instagram like that. To keep it real, at least in my neck of the woods.
I don't even know what is that.
It's that TikTok thing where sometimes they can do the music. To me, it's sort of like a Vine on steroids or some shit. Like they do the music with they can sing with it, and they make the little videos and the Shoe Freak, don't get me to Shoe Freak. I ain't that age, man. I can't
Look, I'm over here listening like shit. Like, what is this? But like I said, and my daughter is still only 7, so the fact. Look, my daughter, she has a lot of fun watching other kids play with toys, play with games, do pranks. Yes. I'm cool with that.
Yep.
I'm cool with her. We watch it together. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Yep. And I'm not rushing her to be 9, 12. I'm not rushing none of that. So when that stuff come, you know, especially that which as far as social media, then we'll deal with that. But for the most part, nah. Facebook, I'm good on that. Instagram, I'm kind of good on that. Especially I'm good at the early age right now.
It's the same thing with me, Shufri. I'm right there with you. My other daughter, she's 9, and that's all she want to do is watch kids play with toys, with what's them little thingies called? Them little mystery doll thingies that you open them up and you get a mystery doll. And my daughter, she be having me watching that shit, and I be like, and then my sons, they watch yo, you know what's so crazy? There's like grown dudes playing with like Nerf guns and shit, like doing like or Legos and shit like that. That's what my sons be watching. They be watching these Lego dudes and these Nerf dudes. So and you catch yourself watching the shit. That's the funny part. Like I'll be watching often. I'll be like, next episode, I'm looking for the next episode.
Like and like
I'm waiting for the next episode. Like, yo, when we watching this? Like, what the hell?
Exactly. So like my daughter, and then when my daughter watches them, and this is one of the reasons why we set her up, you know, with like the YouTube Kids, because she feel like she has to subscribe to everybody. Like she told me, I subscribe to them because they are my family. Okay, I guess. All right. So now she, like I said, she wants to create her YouTube channel, and I hope they feel the same way. You know, I hope they feel like you're their family and they want to subscribe to you too, because she is loyal to everybody. Especially if they talking about toys or some type of ice cream or something like that, she's all over it.
Yo, you ain't never lied, Shoe Freak, because that's why I had to freak. I was like, you know what? I gotta make them their own accounts, because I used to because I got 2 channels, so I put them on my other channel that they ain't got no videos or nothing on it, but I did all the all the parental security and all that crap, and I was like, all right, go ahead. One day of me letting them go on that account, they were subscribed to like 200 people in one day. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, bro,
same thing like you said.
every day. Mike G, Mike G, you family, you fam. That's always
one video.
Yeah, that's what, bro. I'm telling you, it be like that. That's why no, she doesn't. She's not watching any of those videos from my YouTube account because I don't want to have 7,000. I don't want to be subscribed to 7,000 kid channels. I'm good on that.
Exactly.
Like I am good. But Stigger Mom, no, having an IG for your kid to display their talents is dope. That's dope. That's actually good. That's actually good, especially as when the parent can monitor it. Because the only thing that you're posting is like your kid talent. Like if your kid is running track or basketball, football, something like that. That's what the whole page is based upon. So that is actually dope. I see that all the time. I don't never think that's a problem.
Yeah, that's dope. For their games or things like that, yeah, that's pretty dope.
Exactly. I mean,
that's the one thing.
I got to get ready to go get some grub upstairs. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. This conversation was absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah. Grown man talk.
You already know I appreciate y'all for pulling up like always. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate all the feedback. Hit that like button on the way out. Y'all already know. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe.
Retro, Kobe over MJ. All right, later, y'all.
Oh, this
Splash out.